Hey, this is Matt once again, and welcome back to another review, this time of Death Wish from 2018, starring Bruce Willis, directed by Eli Roth, writing by Joe Carnahan, but from what I understand, Joe Carnahan hates the movie, and the script was very much changed. Which I'm like, yes, because I don't like Joe Carnahan, so the fact he hates the film makes me like this film even more, because I don't like Joe Carnahan. I think he's a terrible writer. I'm glad his shit was changed. And right off the bat, this is not a rant. I know people are expecting me to rant and hate on this film because a lot of people hated the film, but I quite enjoyed the flick. I liked it. I thought it was a straightforward revenge movie. Granted, a lot of it you saw in the trailer. That's the sad thing with a lot of movies nowadays. When they get enough trailers, you saw most of it. But if it's put together in a way where overall I did have a good time watching it, okay then. This is one of those things I wish I'd never seen the trailers. Bruce Willis, I don't think he was that bad. Once in a while, yeah, a little bit of that sort of wooden uh, part of his recent directed video and recent work, but he has a lot of good moments in this, especially a moment where he's talking with Vincent D'Onofrio, sort of before the third act begins, and him and Vincent D'Onofrio are arguing with each other, or when he shows him crying at his wife's body, or there's some good moments, and then when he is straight faced. It makes more sense in this kind of story than compared to other ones. I don't know, I didn't mind Bruce Willis in this flick. Now, maybe because I disagree with all the bullshit it got, because when it was released, there was some shootings, and critics pummeled on this to the 10th power, and I'm like, I don't think this movie's that fucking bad. Jesus Christ, critics. Maybe it's because I don't like the original Death Wish. I don't consider the original Death Wish this classic. Like The Hills of Eyes, I don't consider that original or classic. I like the remake more, and I put that remake above this, but that's just an example of I don't like the original. In fact, I prefer Death Wish 2, 3, and 4 to the original. And honestly, with this, Death Wish 3 will always be my favorite. This might be my second favorite Death Wish film. Just Death Wish 2 I like, has some nice lines of dialogue. But this one, like you compared to this one, like Death Wish 2, the rape scene, I mean, it's supposed to be uncomfortable. Here, it handles that fine, doesn't go overboard with it. You did just enough. And I don't even think it's really rape, they're just shot, which I'm fine with. So that makes it a little bit easier watching Death Wish 2, and then because it does have a bit more of the gore compared to Death Wish 2. Death Wish 3 will always be number one for me. That's just a lot of fun and entertaining. Death Wish 4, the ending bothers me when he gets his woman killed. So the ending kind of puts a damper on things. Here, it's a satisfying ending. The supporting cast I thought worked well. Vincent D'Onofrio is not a bad guy, which surprised the shit out of me because usually he's the villain or he turns out to be the villain. I swear there's a part of like, oh, he's worked with the bad guys. Why? He's not with the villain? Oh shit. Yeah, this is spoilers, folks. Because I figure either, no one's going to watch the movie anyway, even if I do like it. Because, to be honest, if I like a film, less people watch the review. It's not a rant, what the fuck? Mike Epps is in the film, but he's in the film for a teeny bit. I wish he was in the film a lot more. He's in for like a teeny bit. Vincent D'Onofrio, when he's on screen, he does a nice job. Dean Norris, I believe. He plays his cop. I liked him. He wasn't an asshole cop. He wasn't a stereotypical, but I don't know, he was he was a likable guy. He treated Bruce Willis's character with respect. It wasn't like, oh, it's nothing and leave me alone. He was a likable cop. I didn't mind, and the lady who was his partner did fine. It was straightforward. It didn't go too much into the political side. Once in a blue moon, you get little uh, online radio stations like Sway, talk about, is this the right thing or wrong thing to do? But they don't overdo it, in my opinion. Like I would like the Brave one was too boring and too. That's the thing. Like when I compare it to revenge movies, I like this more than the original Exterminator. Well, there's been one. I don't like the Exterminator. I prefer Exterminator 2. I like this more than the first Death Wish. Yes, I do like this more than Death Wish 5, I will admit. Death Sentence, you could say, has better direction in the action scenes, but Death Sentence with Kevin Bacon, I don't care for the ending. The ending is not that satisfying. So I will probably rewatch this more than Death Sentence because the ending is more satisfying. I mean, I can understand if someone called this an average movie. I think maybe that's why a lot of people's problems are. They thought it was just an average film. And maybe because of the state of things are, I was up for an average revenge movie. Once in a while, I had a nice bit of gore that I liked. Bruce Willis didn't do that bad. I thought it went at a good pace. Elisabeth Shue and seeing Mike Epps, like once in a while, a recognizable person that I thought did fine in their role. Uh, a movie that ends with AC/DC's Back in Black. I know a friend of mine, Effrey, he's not a fan of the song. I do. I love the song. And it ends with Back in Black, and it plays in one little like montage scene. I like that. I love AC/DC. I love that song. So a movie that ends with Back in Black, it's good with me. A movie that ends with AC/DC, I'm a sucker for. Uh, I like the idea that he's a doctor more than he was a construction worker in the original. I thought him being a doctor kind of made a certain, like he could be fixing one and killing another. I like that dynamic a bit more. I like this part of the beginning of the film. This is getting more and more into spoilers, folks, so be warned. When he's at a soccer game with his daughter, his daughter's not annoying. I thought the girl who played the daughter was actually pretty good and sweet and likable. She wasn't fucking like Laurie Strode and those characters in the Halloween remake by Rob Zombie. Like that's the horrible version. This is like the good version. And it shows that Bruce Willis' character is a little bit puts his head down because a guy at the soccer game's giving shit and is cursing, and Bruce Willis is like, "Hey, ease up. It's just a soccer game. Stop using foul language. And just shut the." He doesn't want to say out loud because the kids are around. Doesn't want to fight with the guy. Elizabeth Shue stands up for her husband. Yeah, Vincent D'Onofrio, nice to see him as a good guy, not as an asshole, not as a villain, not as a turncoat. It was refreshing. Elizabeth Shue and the daughter, some bad guys come in. They try to defend themselves. They get shot. I thought Bruce Willis has some nice scenes of crying over his wife's body or, his daughter in the hospital. You have this sort of weird little scene with the father-in-law who chases these guys up with poachers, but I get the idea where he's saying, it's the whole thing, well, what can the cops do? Sometimes you gotta protect your own. Maybe because I'm fine with that type of thinking. I like Dean Norris as a cop. I thought he did a good job. Bruce Willis tries to help at one point. Leave her alone. He gets beaten up for it. He trains by himself. One of the training things is Back in Black AC/DC, which I love. You have a little shootout where this guy's stealing the car. I like this idea that he shoots and he's not a professional, so the slide fucks up his hand. I like that idea. Does that seem like something that would happen in real life? Ah, shit. But at the same time, I think people got mad because it didn't go into themes and big themes of this and that. I'm like, you know what? So many films try to be so pretentious about that. I think Death Sentence kind of did that with the ending because really, when you watch Death Sentence, it really shows that revenge doesn't work because the rest of his family got killed. He got killed. His son's in the hospital. That's an anti-revenge movie in the way that revenge doesn't work. That's what Death. I think maybe that's why Death says doesn't have a rewatchability for me. It's not a bad movie. It's a well-directed movie. Kevin Bacon does a great job. I love the music. I like the movie, but if you're a fan of revenge movies, that shows revenge doesn't work. When you watch that movie again with that mindset, that really is the case. Because when he goes for revenge, he makes things worse because most of his family dies, and the one person left is in the hospital, and then he dies of his wounds. So, I that is that is the reason why I don't rewatch that film a lot, even though it's a well-made film. But this one's just a basic, to the point revenge movie. I didn't. A lot of it was you saw in the trailer, which again I wish I had not seen the trailer before I saw the film. I think it would have left an even better impression on me. I blame that on the marketing, not on the movie. I mean, that's the marketing's fault. See, if I like the movie enough, I'll blame it on the marketing. If the rest of the movie was a piece of shit, then I'll blame it on the movie. It's a subjective thing. I was seeing all the pieces laid out. It wasn't so much stupid humor as I thought it would be. Like the woman saying "cop lot, ready to rot." It wasn't filled with all that, which I'm glad for. Like Eli Roth, I'm kind of surprised he directed the film. If you didn't tell me this was Eli Roth directing, I would have thought it was anyone else. Really, nothing about this says it's an Eli Roth movie, and thankfully he didn't write the film. And then again, the fact that Joe Carnahan hates it and his shit got rewritten doesn't sound like our Joe Carnahan film, so thank God. Yes, really, this is the only Eli Roth directed film that I liked. Maybe because he didn't write it. Maybe it got rewritten a bunch of times. I don't know who the fuck rewrote it. And like the kid in the hospital, the ice cream man shoots the guy. Liquor store stabs a guy's hand, shootout, shoots a guy through his head. The bowling ball bit was weird when it hits the guy in the head. I'm like, okay, that's kind of weird. But I like when the guy falls down, Bruce Willis gets a gun. I liked that. The garage scene, the guy under the car. This is kind of a pretty graphic scene where he takes a scalpel and he cuts into the guy's leg, and you see an up close shot, practical, of just opening up the leg. Like, ew. I appreciate that. You don't kill me? No, Jack is. I thought it played better seeing the full film and the graphic head crush. I would like to see more action. And for an Eli Roth film, I thought it'd be a lot gorier. So that's two things I could say. You have this little shootout at this club in this bathroom. Nothing. I mean, this is no John Wick or John Wick 2. Not at all. So I would like to have seen a bit more of a body count from Bruce Willis's character. I think that's really my own. If I had to have one big problem, I would see more of a body count from Bruce Willis's vigilante. Although technically, he does more here than Robert Forster does in Vigilante, and I like Vigilante. It's a nice dialogue between him and Bruce Willis almost breaking down and yelling at, well, someone's gotta do it. His daughter's away, takes her daughter home. Some people break in, and that's another thing. Unlike the first Death Wish, with Charles Bronson does not get the people who fucked his wife up and killed her, like Jeff Goldblum, he doesn't get them. That's not the case in this. He does get the people who killed his wife, and they come after him. He hides his daughter in the stairs, shoots one guy in the head, shoots another guy with two guns, gets shot in the shoulder. The guy pretty much threatens his daughter. He looks away, and that's when he has the gun under the blood splatter the walls. I don't know, just maybe because of just the way action films are and movies are. I would just sort of maybe if this were released in the 80s, I would give it more of a pounding because of it's a lot better action movies. It's not one of Bruce Willis's best films of all time or anything, but maybe my standards went low a bit. Maybe because I've just been seeing so much fucking junky shit lately. I don't think this was that bad of a film. It was straightforward, it was to the point, it wasn't so much bogged down on political bullshit like Machete. Like, I think this film kissed the shit out of Machete, or Machete kills himself. The plot went at a decent pace. It didn't feel like an overlong movie. I think Bruce Willis did a pretty damn decent job. The little bits of action were fine. You have some nice bits of gore like the head crush and him cutting to the guy's leg. Some blood splatter. Ending with AC/DC was really cool. And he does the finger point thing. I like it more than the original Death Wish because the original Death Wish was boring as shit to me. But nothing can top Death Wish 3. Nothing will top Death Wish 3 in the Death Wish franchise. It was cool to see Mike Epps. I wish he had more to do, but it was cool to see him in there. Elisabeth Shue, cool to see her. Vincent D'Onofrio, he did fine with his little role, and he wasn't a bad guy, which was refreshing. Like Dean Norris, he was good as the cop. I liked Dean Norris. He was likable. He wasn't a stereotypical asshole who didn't care about anybody. I don't want to see it put together. It was a good time. It was a good time. I would definitely put over Bruce Willis films like his direct-to-video shit. Honestly, I would say I would put over Die Hard 5. I would. I don't think this is that bad of a movie. I'm sorry, folks. People want me to rant on it. It got a lot of shit because of the shootouts that happened. That's not the movie's fault. It got delayed once before, pushed back because of that. I mean, comp- compared to other remakes, I'd easily watch this over the RoboCop remake with its pussified PG-13, over the Total Recall remake, over like all these fucking other bullshit remakes. I would easily watch this over them. Easily watch this over them. This movie was just bullshit. It was horse shit. It was dog shit. Those movies were. This movie wasn't. I'm sorry. I'm just thinking of RoboCop and Total Recall and all that crap. This I didn't think was that bad at all. I thought the movie did fine for what it was supposed to do. I thought it really did fine for what it was supposed to do. A straightforward revenge movie. And I don't really have much horrible stuff to say about it, man. I really don't. It was a pretty damn decent time. I would gladly watch it again. So, not really sure what else I could say other than I'm glad I was able to see it. If you're expecting a rant, sorry. I liked it. One of the few films this year I've liked so far that's come out this year. And I don't know what else I say because I just be repeating myself. I don't think critics were like, this is racist. They didn't watch the fucking movie. They really did not watch the movie when they say that. So it shows how fucking stupid critics are. Critics are fucking morons anyway. But yeah, Death Wish, not bad. Not bad. Golf clap. Not bad. Thanks for watching. Take care. And we will see you later. Bye bye.